The juicer. A juicer is a piece of electrical equipment that is used to separate juice from fruit, vegetables, herbs, and leafy greens in a process called juicing. The wonderful thing about juicers is that they keep the nutrition that is naturally found in fruits and vegetables in the juice that is created. The goodness from the ingredients is then easier to absorb in juice form than if you were to eat the solid ingredients. The juices that come from juicers are typically used in cocktails, purees, and smoothies. We will be learning about what a juicer looks like, how to use a juicer, how to use a juicer safely, and what to do if you don't have a juicer. First things first, what a juicer looks like. To describe a juicer is rather challenging, as there are a huge amount of different brands, styles, and models of juicer available. Having said this, though, there are usually 4 features which are common to all juicers. Firstly, all juicers have some form of chute or compartment where the fruit or vegetables are placed in order to be juiced. Secondly, there will be an area where the fruit or vegetable is juiced. This will be in the machine itself. Thirdly, there will be some kind of way for the juicing machine to collect the juice which is coming from the fruit or vegetable. Finally, there will also be a way in which the pulp, or unwanted solid, is kept separate from the liquid so it can be thrown out. Now let's look at how to use the juicer. The juicer is very simple to use, but does require some preparation before using it. Step 1. Before using the juicer, wash all the products that you will be using and then have all the skin, seeds and pips removed, as these can have a bitter taste. Step 2. Make sure that both the collecting glass and pulp bin are in place. Step 3. Turn on the juicer. Step 4. Place the fruits or vegetables in the chute and press them down with the rubber stopper, if there is one that comes with the juicer. Depending on the type of juicer, you should see both the pulp and juice filling up their containers. Lastly, step 5. When you are done using the juicer, make sure to turn it off. Turn off the power source and unplug it to make sure it is completely safe. An important point when it comes to being both hygienic and professional is that when juicing, make sure to use a separate and clean glass for each item that you are juicing, even if you are going to eventually blend the different juices together. When you are finished using the juicer, always make sure to clean it immediately after use, as it can become very difficult to clean if you leave it for too long. This is because bits of pulp may dry on the machine, and these are very difficult to clean off, especially when you need the juicer urgently for another order. Finally, the juicer is a very noisy piece of equipment and is therefore often used before service to avoid annoying guests with its noise. However, if you do need to use the juicer, make sure that you use it quickly and efficiently to avoid disrupting your guests. Next, let's look at using a juicer safely. A juicer can be a very dangerous piece of equipment. This is because juicers are electrical and use a sharp rotating blade to cut up and juice ingredients. For this reason, make sure that you never put your hand down the chute when you insert anything into the juicer. If your juicer has a rubber stopper, make sure that you use this to push the items down towards the rotating blade. Finally, because juicers are pieces of electrical equipment, certain rules need to be followed to use them safely. The most important rule is that the juicer needs to be turned off unless it is being used. Not only must it be turned off on the machine itself, but it also needs to be turned off at its source on the wall and unplugged. When it comes to its cables, the juicer should never be in an area that is near any knives or sharp objects. This way you can be sure that the wires won't be damaged by any sharp objects that you'll be using. Finally, let's look at what to do if you don't have a juicer. If you don't have an electrical juicer, it is always possible to use a handheld juicer, but this is usually best used on citrus fruits like lemons and oranges. If you don't have either of these, then you can make use of boxed juices. The only drawback with boxed juices is that they don't hold the same nutritional value as fruits and vegetables which are juiced on the spot. Well done on finishing this lesson on the juicer, a piece of equipment that will add a wonderful, natural part to your drinks.